I never thought a day would come when I would be pressing the calculator for the Super Falcons. This is Femi Ogutayo of Filtered. Welcome to my podcast. And this is the post-match reaction to the Egypt-Nigeria game and also what to expect in the upcoming games of the Super Falcons as they move forward in the WFCON 2026 in Morocco. 6-2 the game ended yesterday with Super Falcons qualifying to the quarterfinals of the competition, and they're gonna face Cameroon now in the quarterfinal, and a win against Cameroon will take them to the semi-final, which also means they qualify automatically for the 2027 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. So it's a very crucial game for the Super Falcons. They have to win against Cameroon to at least qualify for the World Cup. Then we can talk about winning the 11th title. Yesterday's games came with a lot of drama. We all saw what happened. Nigeria won 6-2 against Egypt, and Zambia, even though they won 2-1 against Malawi, they were knocked out or eliminated out of the competition. And it was so confusing because at the end of the day, the 6-2 that the Super Falcons won against Egypt didn't really matter, because what actually mattered was the Zambian game against Malawi. And this was what actually happened. Nigeria, having lost to Malawi in the first game and won 1-0 against Zambia, needed Zambia to at least beat Malawi 2-0, 2 goals difference, 2-0, 3-1, 3-0, whatever, or Malawi just draw against Zambia. And of course, Nigeria still has to win the game against Egypt for them to even be in the conversation. If Nigeria had lost against Egypt, of course, we won't be qualifying. But no one would have expected Nigeria to lose against Egypt anyway. Nigeria won. They did their part of the bargain, which was just to win against Egypt. Whether it's 1-0, 2-0, 10-0, it doesn't even matter at that point. They just had to win in that Egypt game to be in the conversation, because if they hadn't won, of course, Malawi and Zambia would have qualified, because they both had maybe 4 points. Maybe if they drew, it will be 4 points for Zambia and 7 points for Malawi. Or if Zambia wins, Zambia would have 6 points and Malawi would have 6 points and they would have qualified. But of course, Nigeria won against Egypt, so now everybody is on 6 points each. And according to CAF's rules, in that kind of scenario, what do you do? So I made a video earlier about how this works, and this was the video. All right, I know a lot of people are confused about this new table that just came out with WFCON. Just to explain it to everyone who is confused right now, seeing the table saying that Malawi finished the group with 2 goals difference, Nigeria finishing with 4 goals difference after beating Egypt for 6-2, and even Zambia, even with 6 goals difference and still getting eliminated. This is what actually happened. In this case, Malawi beat Nigeria and Egypt to get 6 points. Zambia also beat Egypt and now Malawi to get 6 points. And Nigeria beat Zambia and Egypt to get 6 points. Now that we've taken that out of the way, every of those teams got 6 points. Now, they are all tied at 6 points each. In this group now, 2 teams are supposed to qualify. So how do we judge that? What CAF rule says is that in this kind of situation, we are going to do away with the goals gotten from the last ranked team in the group, which is Egypt. So whatever each of those 3 teams played against Egypt will no matter in this case to decide who goes through. So the fact that Zambia defeated Egypt 6-0 didn't count. Even today that Super Eagles were scoring 6-2, it didn't really matter at the end of the day. It didn't matter. The score that Malawi had against Egypt also, I think they won 3-1 or 4-1. It didn't also matter. So that is out of the way. Now, what now matters? How did they now decide who are those 2 teams that will qualify out of these 3 teams? What CAF rule says is that what they will now do now is now look at those 3 teams, what they play against each other is what will decide which 2 teams go through. So now remembering that Malawi scored 3 against Nigeria and scored 1 today against Zambia, that's 4 goals for them. That is out of the way. Now, Nigeria also scored 2 against Malawi, and against Zambia also we scored 1 goal. So that's 3 goals for us also.
Are you getting it? Malawi, 3 goals against us, 1 goal today against Zambia, 4 goals for Malawi. We, 2 goals against Malawi, 1 goal against Zambia, 3 goals for us. Now, Zambia where they lost out is because against us, they couldn't score just 1 goal. They scored 0. And today, they couldn't even score more than 2 also. So they only got 2. When we are looking at the head-to-head between those 3 teams, Malawi got 4 goals in total, Nigeria got 3 goals in total, and Zambia got 2 goals in total. And that is how they lost out. Simple as that. So, in case you didn't understand the rules, I'm going to paste the rules here. That is how Zambia got knocked out of the WFCON, even when they won 2 games, got 6 points, and beat Egypt 6-0. The result against Egypt didn't count in this mathematics. So that is how Nigeria qualified, even though we lost to Malawi and we only scored 1 goal against Zambia.
So that was it. If Zambia had just gone on to score maybe 3-2, if Zambia had just won that game maybe 3-2, Nigeria would have been out of the competition, or if Zambia had won maybe 4-3 or something, Nigeria would have been out of the competition. So the only grace that we had right now was the fact that we didn't even allow Zambia to score in that game that we won 1-0. Or with the fact that we even won, because if we had lost that game too, maybe we drew, we would have been out of this competition. But the game against Egypt was interesting. 3 penalties for the Super Falcons and 3 other goals, totaling to like 6 goals for the Super Falcons and 2 goals for Egypt. Asisat Oshuala, the Agbabola herself, scored the first penalty for the Super Falcons, and Gift Monday scored the second goal with an assist from the woman of the match. Then just before the first half ended, Egypt scored and it was 2-1 at halftime. And just as the second half started, Uche Nakano was brought in, and in less than 20 seconds, she also scored with another fantastic assist from the woman of the match, Risola Babajide. Then Nigeria got another penalty, which was taken by Uchebe, and she scored. Then just after that, Egypt scored a very fantastic goal to make it 4-2, and it was like, what's going on here? Egypt hasn't even scored more than 1 goal in this tournament. Now they are scoring 2 against Nigeria, but Nigeria said, no, we are not done yet. And almost towards the end of the game, Nigeria got another penalty, the 3rd penalty of the game, and this time around the captain of the team, Rasheedat Ajibade, stood up and stepped up and took the penalty, and of course she scored. And towards the end of the game again, a fantastic assist from the captain herself again. Rasheedat Ajibade gave a fantastic assist, and the 6th goal was scored by Joy Owewa for our first ever AFCON goal, and it made it 6-2 Nigeria, and it was a fantastic game. The girls delivered just as they've always done, even though, like I said earlier, the 6-2 didn't really matter at the end of the day, but they just had to win. And of course they won in a dominating fashion, and just to let people know, yeah, we are still here, we are not going anywhere. And Zambia, unfortunately for them, even though they won 2-1, they won Egypt 6-0. They came out with the highest goals scored so far in this tournament. Even their striker, Barbara Banda, is still the highest goal scorer with 5 goals, I think, and she's out of the tournament. They are out of the tournament. They were one of the favorites coming into this tournament, but now they're out. And Malawi, their first ever WFCON, and they have made it to the quarterfinal. This is a big, huge outing for them. Their first ever WFCON, and they made it out of the group with Zambia and Nigeria as the leader of that group. That is crazy. And their dressing room was crazy today. They were celebrating. They were, it's a big achievement for them, and they will be facing the runners up of Group D, which is either gonna be Ghana or Mali, because Cameroon already qualified as the leader of Group D, which is why Nigeria, being the runner-up of Group C, is going to be facing them in the quarterfinal. So Malawi, being the leader of Group C, would be facing either Ghana or Mali in the quarterfinal of the WFCON. And this is really huge for them, because Malawi, actually, they've shown themselves to be very, very formidable in this tournament. Zambia did everything they could because they knew what was at stake. They knew they had to score 3 goals at least or beat Zambia with at least 2 goals margin. And yet, Malawi came back to score at least 1 goal and they held Zambia to the end of that game. So Malawi shouldn't be joked with. Ghana, you guys even have to win Mali first. Then let's see if you can also beat Malawi in the quarterfinal. This WFCON has not failed to deliver. The drama that happened in yesterday's game alone made this WFCON one of the best ever, because yesterday it was just crazy. Like, we were watching the Egypt game, we were seeing goals flowing in. At the end of the day, it didn't even really matter, because all that mattered was the Zambia versus Malawi game, and that was even the game I was watching. I watched the Nigeria game for the first half, then I switched to the Zambia versus Malawi game, and we just thank God Nigeria did qualify, and the girls are through to the quarterfinals for who knows, for the 14th time in their history, because we've never not qualified from the group stage. So it would have been a disgrace if Nigeria failed to qualify out of the group stage or even make it to the quarterfinal. So let's hope Nigeria beats Cameroon to be able to qualify for the World Cup and also compete to win this tournament for the 11th time. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, make sure you like this video, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think Nigeria can go all the way and win this tournament for the 11th time from what you've seen so far, or do you think we are just managing to win all the games that we've won so far? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like this video, like I said, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification button for more videos, exciting commentary from the WFCON and other interesting football content from this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.